I know that for the past 20 hours, you've been focused on the heroism. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, when I went out to the Police Services Center yesterday afternoon, immediately you started hearing tales of what happened. Essentially, this deranged individual went to two different locations with the intent of killing people who proudly serve our country. They were unarmed. And because our officers went in valiantly and heroically, they were able to limit the damage as much as possible. Again, this person went in, shot an incredible number of rounds, but he was unable to do so in the same focused way because we actually engaged him even before he got to the second location. And I tell you, one tale after another of people engaging this individual, even as bullets were whizzing by their heads, looking out for fellow officers, making sure their training was kicking in. It's really something to hear.
That is so courageous and so important to hear that aspect of the story. I want to talk about the shooter for a second. He was born in Kuwait, but then he arrived as, I think, an adolescent, maybe even sooner, here in a Chattanooga suburb. He, by all accounts, had a standard American upbringing here. He went to high school. He had friends. As we can see in these pictures, he was involved in sports. What do you know thus far about how he became radicalized?
Well, I think we're looking into every bit of his background. All of our resources from the Chattanooga Police Department and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department is spent right now being cooperative with the FBI and the ATF because we want to know everything that was involved in the days and months leading up to yesterday. We're going to keep putting the pieces together. Obviously, the local component is important, but I can also tell you that law enforcement is not solely focused on the local part. They are examining what his connections were anywhere and everywhere.
Do you know if he was on the radar of any local authorities?
He was not, as far as we know. Much of that information that involves terrorism we get from the federal government, and we certainly didn't have any indication that he was a threat or that yesterday something was going to happen.